Welcome back to another episode of Azrael Reacts. I'm your boy Azrael, and today I don't have a title for this one. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't have a title. The fact that this happened in my state is just like, I mean, that shit happens all the time, but the fact that this is blowing up online is just like, no, I don't really like this. The girl who stabbed her boss at McDonald's. Yes, it happened in my state. It's crazy. This whole situation is crazy. I'm gonna give my opinion on it at the end, because I have some things I want to say about it. But we're gonna get into these videos and check out what everybody is saying in these videos about the situation. So if you like the video, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe for your boy, because you know every little bit helps, and we thank you guys so much. Let's go ahead and get into the video.
A mother killed in a workplace stabbing.
My mama died trying to take care of us.
A McDonald's manager killed in the middle of the morning rush, and police say it was another employee who did it.
Employees described the terrifying moments inside a McDonald's after a worker attacked a manager with a knife. Police say the employee had been in an argument with the manager that ended with her being sent home.
She left for 5 minutes. She came back with a mask on her face.
Family of the victim identify her as 39-year-old Jennifer Harris. She was stabbed multiple times before a customer in the drive-thru line intervened, holding the employee at gunpoint until officers arrived.
He had her sitting down there about in the parking lot next to a vehicle, and he had the gun pointed at her. That's when police and all them rolled up.
He did the right thing. He showed, so to speak, heroism, and we really appreciate his assistance, because like I said, otherwise we would have a dangerous criminal right now.
Her children now in shock at how such senseless violence could have ended their mother's life.
And y'all, this is allegedly how she walked in when she went to stab her manager. Her co-worker said that they only knew it was her because they could still see her hands. And then here she is again. Seems like she's in the ER talking about stabbing somebody again.
Just kind of like went over the line at this point. Like he handed me the knife and told me he told me to kill him. And then I said, you could kill yourself, like you're crazy. Like I don't know if I should have said it like that, but that's just like what I said at the moment, because it's like.
Now come to find out the girl that unalived her manager at McDonald's because she was mad about her hours being taken and being bullied or whatever was going on. Got her hours taken because she was making TikToks at work. Come on now.
Yeah, I want to talk about that girl that killed her manager. And being as somebody that's been a hiring manager since age 16, I got a little 2 cents I want to say about that, right? Let's start from one. No one deserved to get killed over no job when we all could just quit and go on about our own business. You know what I'm saying? I've always prided myself in being a good manager, so I never really ever thought that my life would be at risk. I thought my life would be more at risk with the customers than actually my staff, because I'm a player's coach, if that makes sense. Like, I'm a player's coach. I'm not that much for the corporate. Of course, if I had to choose between my check and yours, it's your check. So I do understand like the stress of trying to get grown people to do their job, and they acting like a bunch of kids. They in there being non-focused, and at the end of the day, we all here at this job to get this money. So another thing I wanted to touch on about that was the manager side of it. A lot of people don't quit their jobs, they quit their managers. And the girl, I mean, though this murder was premeditated, she's been speaking on how she felt about this woman for a long time, publicly, on social media. Even putting things out there saying that the woman even said that she would do something to her own kids. And you know, the girl, that, which is weird, if you in there gossiping, you 30-something, you in there gossiping, acting like it's high school, which a lot of managers do, because a lot of managers be sleeping with crew members. A lot of managers be taking the petty cash. Yeah, a lot of managers be stealing time. A lot of managers be doing foul stuff. But that's what HR is for. That's where you go and you go above their head, because at the end of the day, I think losing your job, losing your paycheck is fucked up, but losing your life is even more. You know what I mean? They both lost their lives, because Shorty, she off too. And if you can't tell, I'm not to defend her, but she clearly has mental issues. She clearly had mental issues. And, you know, I think us as black people, we don't even take that seriously. So instead of addressing that this girl had mental issues, she need to go get help and send her home for those reasons, it probably was very petty, very argumentative, very, you know, however you want to put it. It probably didn't go the way it should go between a manager and a team member. It probably was a lot of curse and profanity. Like, we don't do that. But do that girl need to go to jail? No, that girl need to go to a psych ward. That girl needs to go to a psych ward. If y'all seen how they did her arraignment and shit, and she was just so nonchalant, they said, shorty, you got premeditated murder. That means we gonna throw the book, the binder, and the motherfucking Bible at you, shorty. Like, we gonna throw everything that we could possibly do because you knew what you was doing. But in my mind, I think the bitch was throwed. I think she off, you know what I'm saying? And then I got another element, right? This is one thing that nobody talking about. There was a staff there. I doubt that if I was the manager, if I was a good manager and I was having issues with another associate, I'm pretty sure people would intervene. People wouldn't allow an associate to come in and stab me up. Not even, you know what I mean? Not even a customer. Like, you see when customers come in and they get crazy with a team member, what do the rest of the staff do with the papas? They rally behind that team member. They be on that team member's side. So that's the confusing part about it all. Like, the team did not help that manager. Says a lot about that manager. They didn't help her enough to save her life. Said a lot about that manager. So really, I mean, I'm just as mad at the team members as I am the girl too, because somebody could have intervened and stopped that shit. It's a knife. It wasn't a gun pull. Yeah, somebody might have been cut, an arm might have been sliced or some shit like that, but it would have stopped her from being stabbed up. But that was my 2 cents on it. That's just me speaking of experience, being in food management when I used to do it, understanding both sides of it. I literally understand both sides of it. There was times I was getting talked too crazy that I just wanted to knock somebody's teeth clean out their mouth, but I needed my 9 to 5. So, you know, I do hope and I pray for the family. I pray for them kids. And anybody that's in food management, stop playing with people. If you in management, period, stop playing with people. Nobody is your child. Nobody's your child. And don't talk to people like childs. If you can't delegate your responsibilities respectfully, then you need to step down. You need to step down. You don't need to be a manager if you cannot manage people. That's what they pay you to do. They pay you to manage people, profit and loss. That is it. That is all. You know what I mean? Like, but y'all have a good day, y'all. Y'all stay blessed.
Not to mention, she was sent home because she was doing TikToks on the clock. She was not doing her job. She wasn't doing anything at that. She was on her phone making TikToks. That girl really got some real delusional problems. Now, I would have felt for you if you was genuinely trying to do your job, you was genuinely being a good employee, and you were just getting picked on. But to say that you're being harassed, picked on, and bullied because you can't make TikToks at your job or on the clock is wild. Like, let's just be serious for a second. And she's not, I believe the employees that said this or whoever said this, because she literally have videos of her on social media on the clock. There's videos of her, or there's proof of her making videos on the clock. Like, what do you think you're supposed to be doing at work? You don't clock into a job to be on your phone. You don't clock into a job to make videos. You clock in to actually do the work. So I can see why the manager was fed up.
Watching y'all defend that lady who unalived her manager at McDonald's is very insane, and I fear that a lot of y'all are not mentally sane yourselves. Somebody said, well, the manager should never been bullying her because you never know what people are going through, but does that warrant death? The answer is hell no. That's a rhetorical question. Somebody else said, well, she can't just quit her job without having something else lined up, but you can go unalive your manager and spend the rest of your life in jail. You know, I am of the belief that oatmeal is better than no meal, but when it gets to a point that the oatmeal is no longer serving you, then you go somewhere that's going to serve you buffet style. Furthermore, a full-time crew member job at McDonald's cannot sustain an adult. And I know in a perfect world, all jobs should be able to sustain us, but this is not a perfect world. This is America 2025. And for everybody saying that the manager shouldn't have been playing with her money, that lady was playing with her own fucking money, because we're not finna sit up here and act like we're not afforded the free will to move around. My goodness.
You cannot be a functioning human and stab somebody 15 times. And this is my last piece speaking on it. My thing is this. She had prior record as far as Taco Bell stabbing. she had a domestic violence situation of the same exact thing, and then she had the McDonald's and she ended up unaliving somebody. I'm sorry, but that just screams mental illness. Nobody is going to sit down and do these things frequently, reoccurringly. This girl literally just had a whole nother case in 2022. You are not going to act as such and be a functioning human being. That girl most definitely has mental illness. Not to mention her Sankapu eyes. You can see it in her eyes, in her face, that she has been battling whatever it is. I'm still not saying it's okay, but this is why you need to learn discernment and learn how to leave people alone.
But y'all are defending that McDonald's worker. I'm scared of y'all. If this is how y'all think, if you feel like it's justifiable to reach a breaking point, mental illness or not, if you feel like it's justifiable to get upset with the way that you're being treated and unalive somebody instead of cussing them out and quitting and leaving them short-staffed, if you feel like that's the correct route to take, then I need to stay my black ass in the house for real. Because clearly, y'all are not okay. You know how many back-to-back life sentences I would be facing if I unalived everybody who ever played in my face? Jail food is nasty. And the 2-by-1 window is extremely small. You can only see barbed wire and uncut grass. I'm not going. And if you think that it's okay to go over a McDonald's manager, you are out of your rabbit ass mind.
Yeah, so the other employees were saying the only way that they knew who she was because when she went to stab the lady, as she took her hand up and down, they saw her fingernails. So that's how they knew that it was her. My bad. I'm back, y'all. This is part 3. But yeah, so mind you, the whole time, somebody was in the drive-thru. We have customers, but there's somebody in the drive-thru. A guy was in the drive-thru at the time. And they said the guy took action. They said the guy saw the commotion from the outside of the window, and he took his gun, and he put his gun up in the air, you know, and his pow-pow in the air, you know, to shoot off some warning shots to stop everything. So when he did that, I guess she heard the warning shots, and she ran out the door. So they said the guy pulled off really fast. He hopped out the car and he chased her down and held her at pow point. And thank God for good Samaritans like that, because that goes to show everybody that has a pow does not intend to hurt somebody. That actually worked out good, you know, with keeping her there until the police got there. Long story short, mental health awareness is a real thing. Like, everyone needs to be aware, because if something don't feel right, it's not right. And aside all of that, we have to treat everybody right. I'm not taking sides. I'm not saying that the lady was right. I'm definitely not saying that the girl was right, because that could have been handled a different way. You know, it's like now these kids are at home without a mama, because the lady did have 6 children, and the girl is sitting in the jail cell crying and all upset with herself and probably really freaking out right now, you know, when everybody in there probably was laughing and thought it was a joke until it really got serious.
That woman who stabbed her manager to death, I don't condone that shit, but I understand, because these managers, man, like these managers, they be having them power trips, especially, you know, the women managers, and they go on this power tangent, and it's just like they talk to you crazy, they gossip behind your back about you, then smile in your face, they do all this shady ass shit and play with you because they in this position of power. But just because you got a position of power, that don't mean people have to respect you. Like, even in the army, like motherfucking sergeant, staff sergeant, lieutenant, you know what I'm saying? You respect the rank, but respect to the individual is different. Like, you gotta earn that. You gotta earn that from your subordinates. Like, you're just not given respect. Like, just because you have a rank. Like, your integrity got to be on point. Your leadership has to be on point. You know what I'm saying? Your character has to be on point. Like, you have to treat people good, equally, across the board. No favoritism, none of that bullshit. No dogging people. Like, if you're not doing that, you don't get respect. You're not respected. And then, like, the managers, they be pushing people to their breaking point. She shouldn't have, you know, stabbed that lady to death, but, I mean, you don't push people to their breaking point. You don't dog people. You don't play with people's money like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know her whole situation, but it's just like, managers need to stop playing with people. They be fucking with people's money, you know, playing this whole power thing, I own you type stuff. Like, Nah, ain't nobody. Everybody is an adult. Like, ain't nobody playing that game. Ain't nobody playing that bullshit. These managers gonna end up messing around and they gonna get hurt by playing this little power trip game.
Hey, Lon, y'all had to see this video.
Out of Eastpointe, where
you gotta see this video. Like, click on the link down below. Or go to my profile. I got part 2 on my profile and shit. Like, I got the original video on my profile. The lady fucking real deal went inside her job and stabbed the damn life out her manager, all because she was sent home. Like, and she posted like a rant video right before she did this shit. I got the rant video on my profile. Y'all gotta go to my profile.
39 years old.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I don't care who has a problem with it. The girl that her manager at McDonald's, this story has been going around for a couple of days now. And I see a lot of people making fun of the girl that went to jail for doing it to her manager. But a lot of people have not been talking about the fact that the manager shouldn't have been bullying those employees to begin with. There are a lot of people that get into these management positions, no matter if it's McDonald's, any type of retail job, or even corporate things, and they abuse their power. I don't know if it's money or maybe it's fun, poking fun at people that have to pay bills, but it's not funny. And a lot of people that you work with, you don't know these people outside of work. And so a lot of people, she was probably just one of those people that was a ticking time bomb. She had talked about it for a couple of days on her page about constantly being sent home and getting bullied and stuff in the workplace. And sometimes after you keep bullying somebody for so long, a person snaps. And y'all got to think about it. At these jobs, we don't have a union at some of these jobs to protect us. We don't have a union. And if you try to go to HR, they're going to use that against you. They're going to try to get you fired. So if you got bills to pay, and then maybe she was applying for other jobs and they just wasn't hiring her. A lot of jobs are just not hiring right now. They just not calling people back like they used to. And maybe that was her only source of income. And if that is the case, and the only manager you got to deal with every day keep bothering you, keep bullying you, it was only a matter of time before something like that happened. Did the lady deserve to be unalive? No. Nobody deserves to not make it home. But you got to think about this. How many times have you worked a job and a manager has just kept like picking with you and stuff, and you just like, girl, I could really hurt you, but I'm not going to do it. You got bills to pay, you got kids to take care of, and they keep sending you home every day, keep sending you home early. Now every time you get your paycheck, it's short, and all you want to do is come to work. And I don't know if this should just be a lesson to managers that are abusing their power in the work environment. I'm not saying that that's going to happen to everybody, but what I'm saying is that your company is only as good as how you treat your employees. You're treating your employees like crap, your company's not going to be well. It's not going to do well. It's always going to have a high turnover rate. And in this case, it's sad because the girl can't even go home. She's in jail now. But I think in that moment, she didn't even care about work. She didn't even care about the bills anymore. She was tired of her. And you can see it all through the videos, but everybody just wants to go straight to calling her weird. And I don't think that it's okay that we kept doing that, because I said there are just some people that, it just looked like she was animated. Really, it just looked like she had cartoon characters and like anime stuff like that. But I don't like when y'all call people weird just because they don't look like somebody you would hang out with. I don't like that.
The fact that a lot of y'all are actually in support of that young lady who stabbed her manager to death over doing some typical, fucked up manager shit is very concerning. I made a video talking about how your 20s are the most eye-opening moments of your life, right? Because from 19 to 29, you're gonna lose friends, you're gonna gain money, lose money, you're gonna be fucked up, you're gonna get messed up, you're gonna go through a whole bunch of stuff. Just a whole bunch of maturing you're gonna have to do. It's almost like a second puberty if you think about it. Yeah. And in that time frame, the closer I got to 30, I realized, damn, I got some shit to lose. Wait, I can't respond physically to every problem. Let me think. Let me use my fucking mind, because that's what it's for. You got a manager. We've all had managers like that lady. Pieces of shit. Rest in peace to her, but we've all had piece of shit managers, the ones that abuse their power, the ones that talk to you all kind of way, do you all kind of way, fuck with your schedule and do all this shit. Listen, that is a form of discrimination. You can literally sue her and the company you work for, make some money, and then go get another fucking job. Use your brain. Have y'all learned nothing from Charleston White? I came on here talking about one of my previous jobs where the general manager's name was David. And David used to, like, I drove the trucks and there was people inside the warehouse, and David used to treat the warehouse workers like straight up slaves. Talk to them all kind of way, do all kind of shit. And all of the other drivers would never buck up to this motherfucker except for me, because you ain't gonna talk to me like that. So you know what the fuck they did? They had to let me go, because I was already looking for another job, but they fired me before I had a chance to get another job. So fuck them and fuck David. Now, do I want to go back and stab David? No, I don't want to go do that shit. I got shit to lose. Now, would I slap the fuck out of him? That's another conversation we need to have. But think about it like this, and I'm gonna let you go on about your way. Your manager's a piece of shit. She sends you home 2 days in a row, and now you can't make up your time and all this goofy ass shit because you got bills to pay like everybody else, right? Instead of saying, you know what, fuck that job, and not going back and then finding another job or finding some other way to make a little bit of money in between time, you stab a lady to death. Now you're going to jail for life. Right? You ain't got to worry about another job. You're going to jail for life. That's a very long time. And that young lady did that shit, couldn't have been no older than 25. I don't know how old she is, but she looked that young. And from that video she posted, she was already a little, you know what I'm saying? There's some shit going on upstairs, or lack thereof. Oh yeah, you just never know what people are going through. I don't give a fuck about none of that. All right, there are better alternatives to what you want to do when you first get upset, which is lash the fuck out and crash the fuck out. Because when you crash the fuck out behind some shit that only you and the person who's causing you to do this shit, when y'all the only two that know this shit, when you crash out, you're gonna be the only person to go down. You're gonna be the only, people can call you real, people can call you this, people can call that. Ain't nobody gonna come put shit on your books. Ain't nobody gonna come bail you out. We just gonna rally for you for like 3 days, and then we're gonna forget that you fucking existed. But you're gonna sit in jail for the rest of your fucking life.
That girl who unalived her manager at McDonald's. And a lot of people are like, I can't believe y'all blaming the manager. Ain't nobody blaming the manager. We just saying everybody should be aware how the fuck they treat people, because you don't know what the fuck people going through. Shit, motherfucker can walk up on you and do harm to you, and you just mind your business unprovoked. That girl was waiting to do that though. I ain't gonna say to the manager. She was waiting for an opportunity, her quote unquote opportunity to hurt somebody. I just found out that she was on probation for somebody. So she was troubled. You feel me? But either way it go, baby, I don't fuck with folks. When people be like, when I say I don't fuck with folks, that's what I mean. I don't fuck with folks. I'm kind. I'm nice. Cause motherfuckers is throwed off and got demons, all kind of shit whispering in their ears and in their head and shit. I don't know what the fuck they got going on. I don't fuck with them. I keep it the fuck moving. Now she got a $25 million bill bond. Working at McDonald's too. Already on probation too. Girl, life. They finna give her life. The United States is unleashing mental health issues. Yeah. Mental illness. For real. This country is not well.
Okay, guys, I did find out more information about the employee that stabbed her manager. 39-year-old mother, Jennifer Harris, and this is based out of Detroit, Michigan, was stabbed by her employee. And the alleged suspect, the young lady who stabbed her manager, I do not know her name as of yet. But like I said, this did take place in Detroit, Michigan. I send out my deepest condolences to the family and her loved ones. This is like a tragedy, like seriously. It was alleged that the employee, which is a young lady, made a post about the manager, stating that she was cutting her hours, she was bullying her, and that she was doing all these things to make her feel uncomfortable at the job. Do not know if it's true. This is based off what she said on her video. Still does not warrant what she did to that lady. That is so sad. Even looking at the video, I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Like, I would be terrified. Like, and for people that have to watch, stand by and see that happen, I know they were terrified too.
And like I said in my previous video, I don't know if the girl had mental issues. It kind of seemed like she did. Not making an excuse for her, but the girl's kind of off a little bit. Don't really know what was taking place at the work site. But this all allegedly from her video. What she was saying, basically, she was at her breaking point. The lady was messing with her and stuff like that. And once again, my deepest condolences go out to the family of Jennifer Harris. By no shape, form, or fashion was this necessary. This is uncalled for. And at the end of the day, like, I just feel sorry for this situation. This is so sad.
Nah, this stays at home now. I'm not gonna bring this to work because that wouldn't look right, I guess.
And that is proof that she knows right from wrong. This girl was influenced by Carmelo Anthony. This girl is a rapper.
And her mental health decaying was documented on her social media leading up until this point. Phoenix was taken into custody, her hands handcuffed, and her demeanor oddly calm. At her arraignment, she pleaded not guilty. Her lawyer argued she was under immense personal stress.
Why she's allowed to wear a wig in court, I have no idea. When you dealing with narcissists, they are in their own world. And in this world, they are the star. She shows no remorse because she finally done exactly what she wanted to do. Be famous. She literally thought she was gonna get $1 million. The new generation just pokes anybody that bullies them. It's time y'all learn how to throw some hands, because this is embarrassing. If you don't understand that being bullied is not an excuse to unalive somebody, you need to be off the streets. We don't need you on the streets.
Bell said at $25 million, where is she going? Where is she going? The person that stabbed, the young lady that stabbed Jennifer Harris. Or is it Harrison? Like, having time to go look at the comments and what people are saying, it's almost like a lot of people are justifying. Like, why would you justify what she did? Why would you justify what she did? As if becoming upset is a reason to go off and just take somebody out? Gotta say was we need to watch out for. Period. She had a hearing and she had the nerve to say, when the judge asked her how does she plead, not guilty. Not guilty. There's video. There's all types of stuff. And then the lawyer who's defending her, like, he said the stabbing that she had before was due to her having an abusive relationship where she was abused and it was alcohol. What does that have to do with anything today, with what happened today? So because she was abused yesterday makes her go and stab somebody up today? Like, that's what you're standing on? First of all, she's not coming out of jail because McDonald's employees don't have $25 million. 10%, 5%, none of that. And I'm sorry, the eyes was giving hollow. There's nothing behind those eyes. There's nothing behind those eyes. I don't think she even feels remorseful because she feels like it's justified in a sense. At least that's what I'm getting from her videos. I think she feels it's justified because she said she was being bullied. The manager was always saying stuff, talking about, y'all act like my kids and we not her kids. Stop doing that. That's not funny. All that's going to be used against you in a court of law. I don't know, something about the younger generation is coming up. They have like no patience. They'll leave a job like this. I don't know why she didn't leave a job like this, but they also have a lack of patience and respect for authority. If somebody is your manager, they are above you. They are there to give you direction and yes, tell you to go home when they feel like you're not doing the job. And a lot of people don't do their jobs. You're going to be on social media, you're going to be outside, you're not putting the fries in, you're not doing your job, and your manager sees that. She has the authority to go ahead and say, you know what, go home for the day. So she's upset that she came in on a day off to make up hours and she was still sent home, and she's not gonna stand for that. She's not gonna take that. I'm flabbergasted. Like, I can't even understand what that makes you. As you're in the workplace, you will learn that someone who's your manager, supervisor, someone above you is a hierarchy. They can and will tell you about your performance. And if you don't like it, you can leave. You're always at will. So if you can't turn the other cheek and find another job, diss them that way. Find another job, lose me as an employee, and go about your business. Because that's not the way. There's no justifying it, because if the shoe was on the other foot, or if you put a family member in that place, you would be upset and wanting justice as well.
Now, if that was y'all mama being stabbed up multiple times at work by a young employee, y'all would not be blaming no mental health issues. Let's be real. So, a McDonald's manager by the name of Jennifer Harris' life was took a few days ago by her own employee because she was sending her home, and she was allegedly bullying the employee, sending her home every day, saying she don't have any hours for her, talking about her all kind of crazy. And she was just like, you know what, the girl that actually did the, stabbing, she was like, I'm fed up. But the thing is, everybody blaming everything but the girl. They saying, oh, she got mental health issues, oh, it's bullying. First of all, bullying is never okay. I'm not gonna lie, it's never okay. Second, you came back to the job 5 minutes later, masked up with your weapon, wherever it was at on you, it was on you, and you came in there fighting the lady. I'm not gonna lie, a little scruffle, a little fight, ain't nothing wrong with that. Duke it out and get the fuck on. But all that having weapons is a fool. Then that lady like 40 something, close to 50. What the fuck is you doing? You came there with the intent to kill. Girl, it's where do y'all get this mental health issue bullshit from? Because if it was y'all mama and y'all got that call, y'all would have been saying fuck mental health issues. Y'all wouldn't have blame nothing like that if your mama 40 something, 50 something at work getting by some little ass girl. Let's be real. People are always too sad to the shit when it's y'all people, y'all boo-hooing, boo-hooing. But when it's somebody else, you get them, I don't know now, I don't know if she wrong. What?
So crazy. Afeni Muhammad, I think her name is. Look, I get everybody saying that she has mental issues and that you can't bully people. I don't agree with none of that. You killed mom of 6 when you could have just quit. People saying that you have all this documented, you could have took it to HR. But the fact that you've done this before and you got a history with this, you done this at your last job at Taco Bell, nah. This is premeditated. That is premeditated murder. You deserve to be locked the fuck up. That's how I'm looking at it. Because that's just fucked up. And I'm seeing FBAs and American Indians, it's like they're pissed off. I've had some people let me know that they're pissed off because it's like they said she's an immigrant and she killed actual black American, and it's just like, that's true. That's just throwing more fuel on this fire that's already ramping up with the whole black American Indian and the distance themselves from the African and the Caribbeans and shit like that. Like, that's really going to ramp up the flames. And I'm just like, even with that being said, there is no excuse to give this girl. I don't care about the mental illness. I don't care about the bullying, because if any of that really mattered, you would have taken it a different route. Instead, you took this woman's life. And for me, you're fucked up. But that's just me. I understand I'm going to get pushback because I understand people going to look at it in different ways. But for me, you're fucked up. But I'm your boy Asfro. This has been Asfro Reacts. You guys go ahead and, if you like the video, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. As you can see, this one is really fucking with me. I'm messing up on my script. If you liked the video, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. I've been your boy Asriel. This has been Asriel Reacts, and I'll check you guys next time. Deuces.